सो सब बॉयज वेलकम बैक टू अ न्यू वीडियो। और आज अपन चालू कर रहे हैं एपिसोड 4 किंगडम कम डिलीवरेंस 2 का। आज अपन एक बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेस्ट करने वाले हैं। सेमीन में जो मेन क्वेस्ट थी, अपन 2 रॉयल लोगों के साथ बाहर जाने वाले। देखते क्या होता है। लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड। तो थोड़ा सा एक एफ हो गया है कि मेरी सेव्स थोड़ी ख़राब हो गई हैं, तो अपन वहाँ आ चुके हैं जहाँ अपन को उससे बात करनी है। और अपन का घोड़ा लेने वाला सीन कि पहले जो मैंने सेव किया था वो अब मेन सेव हो गया अपना, तो अपन को वापस सही करना पड़ेगा। तो ये करके मैं तुमको मिलता हूँ। और एक काम और करना था, मैंने अपने ट्विच और प्रोज अकाउंट को कनेक्ट किया अभी इस गेम से। मेरे दोस्त ने बोला कर ले, उससे अपन को कुछ चीज़ें फ्री में मिल जाती है। और ट्विच का कुछ तो ये चालू था जिससे अपन को आर्मर सेट नहीं, आई थिंक कपड़े मिलते हैं कुछ। को ये दिखा रहा था कि क्या क्या मिला है अपने को। ये देखो, ये प्रोज अकाउंट ये कनेक्ट करने से अपने को मिलता है। तो ये जो आर्मर सेट है या जो भी है, ये अपन को ट्विच पे कुछ तो 2.5 घंटे के लिए देखना होता है, तब मिलता है। अब आई डोंट नो ये एपिसोड कब तक है, तब तक आई थिंक जा चुका होगा, क्योंकि हाँ 20 तारीख लास्ट डेट है, तो तब तक जा चुका हो। तब तक तो नहीं आ रही है एपिसोड, आई एम श्योर। और ये प्रोज अकाउंट कनेक्ट करने से अपन को मिलता है घोड़े के लिए, कैप्रिसन या जो भी वो बोलता है, मेरे को नहीं मालूम कैसे प्रोनाउंस करते हैं। और ये एक अच्छा असैसिन्स टाइप आउटफिट है, मतलब वो स्टेल्थ व्हील तो सब करने के लिए अपन तो करते हैं, तुमको मालूम है। ठीक है, अब मेरे को क्विकली एक चीज़ करनी है कि इनसे बात करने से पहले ना, आई थिंक मैं यहाँ फटाक से जाके आता हूँ, क्योंकि चेस्ट में ही आर्मर होगा और चेस्ट में ही वो घोड़े के लिए कैप्रिसन होगा। ओके, नो एम्बुशेस, परफेक्ट। जेली जॉब, आई थिंक जेली जॉब है इसका नाम, या जेली जॉब के ऊपर वाला पार्ट है जो भी। तो यहाँ देखो, ये अपनी लॉजिंग्स, और अपन इसमें घुस सकते हैं क्योंकि अपना ही है ये। पैसे दे रखे लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए। पिछले एपिसोड में अगर तुमने नहीं देखा है तो फट जाके चेकआउट करो, क्रेजी एपिसोड था। ओ मैरीगोल्ड डिकॉक्शन, ओके काम आएगा ये बहुत। ये देखो क्या मिलता है उससे। ये तो जो अपन ने चोरी मारी थी उस दिन, बड़ी वाली वो है। इसका नाम बदल गया है क्या? वॉर हाउस 4 पॉइंट इसका नाम दिखा रहा है। ये उससे मैच हो रहा है क्या जो अपन को मिला है? एक सेकेंड, हाँ अभी उससे मैच तो हो रहा है एक्चुअली। अच्छे तो दिख रहे हैं अपन, है ना, काइंड ऑफ। ये नीचे का अबे वो लोग चले गए। एक सेकंड, मैंने मिशन तो नहीं खराब कर दिया ना? वेट अंटिल लॉर्ड समीन एंड गानली रिटर्न। गानली क्या नाम है उसका? ओ नहीं, मैं ये नहीं कर सकता। रुको, फिर मेरे को उनके साथ ही जाना पड़ेगा। अनफॉर्चुनेट, ये अपन को ये ख़त्म होने के बाद लेना पड़ेगा। मेरे को उनके साथ जाना पड़ेगा क्योंकि ये मिशन मेरे को करना है उनके साथ। जॉन्ट, यस। तो अपन घोड़ा लेते हैं और उनके साथ जाते हैं, है ना? चलो इससे बात करते हैं, मिशन चालू करते हैं। लेट्स गो।
I'm ready to set out, sir.
All right. Stay close to us and don't go wandering off.
As you say, sir.
Where will we start searching, sir?
If they drove out of Tarkov and headed
Oh,
towards
left and
us,
follow.
they had to pass through Troskovitz.
Right, sir. You keep up with us, son. Troskovitz ain't far,
Damn.
but it seems there's fellas vanishing on the way.
Very good, Captain.
What do you think about it, Captain?
I know you told me not to jump to any conclusions, sir, but I can't help myself. Someone's running rampant around here, sir.
I know who's running rampant. Yurko in the cellar. We're out of wine again. I knew this wedding wouldn't be cheap, but I'm bleeding like a stuck pig. And the bailiff, the bride's father, you'd get more blood out of a stone than coin out of him. And
भाई
then
ये
he
option
behaves
crazy
like
है।
I shit golden eggs just because I'm a noble. Even
एक्चुअली
though he's got more coin
अच्छे
than me.
फीचर्स तो
Such
गेम
are
में
the
है।
times, sir.
मतलब इससे
But
पता
that
चलता है
Yurko,
डेवलपर को पता है कि
he's going
पिछले गेम में क्या तकलीफ
You
थी
know
बस।
how those Moravians are.
बाकी
It's in
गेम्स
his
इतना
blood.
सिंपल फीचर क्यों नहीं डाल पाते?
I noticed. But they're getting too much to handle. Him and his cronies. They started
अच्छा,
on
हो
young
गया
Henry, soon as he set foot on the courtyard.
What? Is that true, Henry?
It was nothing.
मेक लाइट ऑफ इट।
Just a bit of a friendly brawl. They clearly had a skinful. I can understand it.
Well, I've sure as hell got no understanding for it. I hope they didn't hurt you.
Young Henry here gave Yurko a nice hammering.
Oh, that's no surprise. The fella can hardly stand upright most of the time.
You'd have to get up early to catch them sober. but they wasn't that drunk as to give Henry an easy fight.
Look here, lad. If you're such a champion, I'm sure you'd accept the challenge of an old man like myself.
Accept the challenge. Provoke, refuse to accept.
It would be an honor, sir.
Excellent. Not afraid, eh? That's what I like to see. There's an abandoned pen along the
Reputation
path a
gained,
bit.
okay.
We'll stop off there and see what you're made of.
All right, sir. If you'll excuse me, I'll explain some things to the youngster here first. Wouldn't want no accidents happening.
बेसिकली ये लोग बोल रहे थे वो बेवड़े कुछ ज़्यादा ही कर रहे और राइट लेफ्ट वाला जो है वो एक्सप्लेन कर रहा था कि अपन ने उसके बेवड़े की अच्छी मारी और अभी अपन को ये लॉर्ड समीर ने चैलेंज किया है खुद से लड़ने के लिए देखते ही क्योंकि मैं बहुत लो हूँ इस पॉइंट पे और मेरे पास अच्छे कपड़े भी नहीं है तो आई डोंट नो मैं जीत पाऊंगा या नहीं लेट्स सी वो देखो हाँ शायद रुकने वाले अपन बीच में कहीं भाई ये फीचर कितना मस्त है ना आजू बाजू देखो बस फॉलो कर रहा है अपने आप
So, we're here. Gnarly,
Oh,
tell
yeah.
the youngster here what's what.
Talk to gnarly. G silent I think gnarly बोलते हैं उसको. Okay.
All right, son. You're going to fight Lord Samin. It'll be an honorable fight, so you better act accordingly.
Okay.
Hold on, Mo. I'll give you some gear for it.
All right. What will you give
What
me?
weapon will you give me?
What would you like?
Sword, axe, mace. Quill is mightier than the sword. A sword.
Sword?
Don't get ahead of yourself, laddie. A sword belongs in noble hands.
Okay.
You can have my cudgel. It might be just a stick, but it's my stick, so careful with it.
Thank you, Captain.
Save the thanks, and get your arse into the pen.
So, young.
ए काके चीटिंग मार रहे
What do you say, son?
नहीं पीटूंगा मैं लॉर्ड बीड होएगा घर पे
All right, let's do it.
बुड्ढे लॉर्ड होएगा तू घर पे
Come here, son. What do you say, son?
That was tough. I didn't even work with any. That was tough.
You really gave me the runaround.
I'm no spring chicken, but I'm as spry as ever.
God's truth, sir.
इसका
You
क्या हाल
didn't
किया था?
disgrace yourself, but I can see the young un has spirit. Anyways, you can keep that old junk, Henry. Even my cudgel. But
बेचूंगा.
take care of the old fella. He might be just a piece of wood, but he saved my arse more than once.
I will, Captain.
And since you won, I've got something else for you as well. My shield.
Oh. Maybe
Isn't
शायद
that
काम
a
आ
bit too much, gnarly?
Sir, my left shoulder's fucked anyway. I can't carry no shield.
True enough.
Thank you.
मेरे को भी धोना है मेरे मुंह पे रहेगा ही We discover camp by the road, okay? Okay.
I needed that. It's good to stretch the limbs every now and again. And
Okay.
you're pretty handy, youngster. You should come to the courtyard and Gnarly here will give you a good education in the art of the sword.
I call it the art of not getting skewered as soon as you step foot outside the village. But do come, Henry. We've got a nice arena in Samin. It ain't
Okay.
no abandoned pig then.
You can't always choose your battleground, Gnarly. Whether it's a pig pen or an arena in Karlstein, it's the performance that counts. And while we're on the subject, where are you from, lad? It's clear you're not from Trotsky.
I'm from Silver Scallops, sir.
Aha! Now I understand why you're here. You're not the first one to flee here from the war.
I don't flee from a fight, sir. I have work here, and a lot of scores to settle.
You want to get revenge for what happened back home? That usually doesn't end well. You'd be better advised to find yourself a well-built girl. Build a cottage.
Every old man advice in the world,
cabin
भाई.
in turn.
शादी कर लो.
There's no helping the dead anyway.
That's nice advice, sir.
कर भी रहे हैं लोग, अभी क्या
Only
बोलूं.
women will tie you down, lad. Better to go and see a bit of the world. You're doing the right thing.
हो गए 2 ओपिनियंस जो अपन ने नहीं मांगे थे, बट ठीक है. स्मॉल टॉक हो रही है. ये भी लोडिंग करने का तरीका होगा ना, क्या पता. किंगडम कब शायद डिफरेंट हो. Who knows? अरे गरीब चल के आ रहे हैं, गरीब. टॉक टू गानली एंड नॉट समी. गानली क्यों बोलता हूँ उसको, नारली. टॉक.
So, we're in Troskowitz. What now, sir? Should I go to the bailiff and ask if he might have seen someone?
Well, that makes sense.
Okay.
But the young fella here should do it. If the bailiff sees you, he'll guess I'm in the village and come and bother me. And I'm really not in the mood today for any bombardment of complaints.
I understand, sir. All right, Henry. Run along to the rat house and inquire about that wagon.
And Henry, not a word about me. Are we clear?
All right.
As you wish, sir.
Have anyone seen the cart?
Master Bailiff, can I ask you about something?
Ask away, by all means. Wait now, aren't you that lad who's helping Radovan in the forge?
Yeah, that's me.
I heard his hired hands went missing.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's exactly why I'm here.
Ah, I was thinking they were driving awful fast with that cart.
You saw them?
I did, a few days back. They raced through the village in the early evening so fast, they were dropping sacks of charcoal.
Where were they
Okay.
headed?
Towards the east, to Apollonia on the
New
road
information.
to Yichin. And you're looking for them?
I am indeed.
I'm glad to hear it. I heard there were goods for Semin on that cart, and I can do without that kind of trouble now, on account of the wedding, you know?
It seems you have a lot of concerns with that wedding, Master Bailiff.
Of course I do. I'm the father of the bride, after all. Although not everyone sees eye to eye with me. Lord Semin would be happier if I paid all the bills and left all the decisions up to him. Who's invited, what there'll be to eat and drink, entertainment, everything. It's not like I have a burning desire to deal with it, but if I'm going to pay for it...
I understand. But isn't it just that the groom's family is more concerned about these things?
That's not it. I'll tell you what it is. It's because Lord Semin is a noble and I'm just a commoner. Only I've got coin. While he's trying to keep the wolf from the door in that piddling estate of his.
You're right, Master Bailiff. Don't worry, though. People will find out you spared no expense for your daughter's wedding.
Let's hope. More like that old miser will go around saying the opposite and put me to shame.
I don't think Lord Semin would do that.
Hands.
Do you know anything about Radovan's hired hands?
Only what I've told you. But to tell you the truth, I wouldn't mind if they never turned up again.
Why is
What?
that?
Well, they might look like butter wouldn't melt in their mouths, and Radovan praises them, but I know people. That pair have mischief in their eyes. I can tell.
Okay, that's
That'll
all.
be all. Thanks.
फिर ढाप लिया. कट सीन चालू कर देता हूँ.
Well then, young man, how did it go?
They were spotted here, sir. Going to the east, towards Apollonia.
So to Yichin? The bastards! And what about my goods?
Oh, they were driving so fast, it was falling off the cart.
The thieving scum. Let's hurry. To Yichin.
Sir, I could send a message to the Itchin captain of the guard.
Okay.
No, it'll take too long. We'll go and get them ourselves.
Okay.
Just for the wedding at home, sir.
I will.
सबसे पहले जो मैंने ढापेला काम किया है उसको मेरी घोड़े में छुपा देते नहीं क्या? और रही बात पैसे की, पैसा कभी चुराया हुआ नहीं होता भाई, जिसकी जेब में उसका.
If I have to choose between right and listening to Dorothy's endless fuss, I'll take Yitchin any time. Besides, there's a nice inn along the way, the Three Cats. We can spend the night there.
I remember that place, but I'm not sure, sir, if they'll let the two of us set foot inside the door.
Oh, gnarly, that was 15 summers ago. God knows if the place is even still standing.
True. Still, we'd better keep our eyes peeled. They might not have gone to Yitchin.
What
They
a
could have
cheap
turned
old
off somewhere.
nag.
Or something could have happened. They might have been ambushed, maybe.
Will you give over with that? I'll bet my braves they weren't ambushed. More likely we'll find them boozing at the Three Cats.
That'd surely be the best outcome, if that old
Wow.
dive is still standing. Let's go, then.
मेरे को ना फर्स्ट टाउन बहुत अच्छे से एक्सप्लोर करना चाहिए एक्चुअली. इसके बहुत सारे शॉट्स आ रहे हैं मेरे को कि यहाँ कुछ हिडन है, यहाँ कुछ हिडन है.
So,
Okay.
St. Anthony, which way now?
While you're praying to the patron saint of lost things, go and have a look along the road, Gnarly. And you, Henry, have a look to the left.
All right, sir. But don't forget, my eyesight ain't what it used to be.
Well, that's what we have the youngster for, isn't it? Off you go.
Oh yeah. हाँ ये.
Sack of charcoal. That could have fallen off the cart.
You've no business here. Greetings, my friend.
Did you see a cart drive through here by any chance?
All the time, friend, from Troskovich to Yitchin and back. Sometimes even a slow cart with a dead body.
Oh, wow.
I'm looking for a cart loaded with goods from the blacksmith. Probably moving fast.
Now that you mention it, I do recall something of the like. They even dropped a sack of charcoal. When you go out of the cemetery onto the road, you should see it right there on the right-hand side. See you later, my friend.
I'm Henry. And you must be the local gravedigger, right?
Ignatius, master of the sod, at your service. Looking for a final resting place, are you? Or do you need to bury a dead goat?
I'm more interested in the grave digging profession as a whole.
Right.
Once you try it, you'll never want to do nothing else till the day you die.
You got a big cemetery.
Ain't it? But being the gravedigger, I'll never have a place of my own here. They'll throw me by the wall like a dog and bury me without ceremony. But when I'm dead, I won't care. If it was up to me, I'd even bury the suicides in hallowed ground. We're all equal before death and the Lord. This game of better and worse places of final rest don't count for nothing.
I can feel it in my bones, sir. You'll have the cart back in no time.
अरे खुद ही भगली हो.
Milka here ain't the youngest, and I wouldn't want to drag it back home myself.
A nobleman in harness. We ain't ever had such a spectacle in these parts.
You might get to see it soon enough. The lords in this country have all gone to the dogs. Every lowborn with a bit of coin builds a house in Kuttenberg while we live in squalor. Why do you reckon that is, lad?
Theology, economy.
That's the change in the economical situation, sir. The burghers have more rights, and they make smart use of them. They put their coin to work for them. They've got shops, baths, inns, mills, while the nobles sit waiting until Jack from Backwater Hamlet brings them 3 groschen in taxes on St. Gallus's Day.
You're right there. Only Jack hasn't even got 3 groschen these days. None of this would be happening if we had a king. And I mean a real one. Not Wenceslas or Sigismund. Oh, anywhere that's not ruled by a strong hand, all sorts of things go wrong.
Especially when you've got Moravian relatives eating you out of house and home.
ए, पीछे चारकोल पड़ा था.
Oh, hold up. This is strange. I don't see any cart tracks. What do you reckon, Gnarly?
I'm blind as a mole, sir. But it's all peculiar right enough. Where the hell could that cart have vanished to?
Well, that's just it. They had nowhere to turn off.
I'll look up the road a bit. And you, Henry, have a look back along the road. Maybe it fell in a ditch somewhere. Who knows?
Okay.
Very well, sir.
मैंने देखा पीछे ही कुछ तो था. हाँ ये रहा. Oh.
The blacksmith's cart. And someone went to a hell of a lot of trouble to hide it from the road.
Hey! I found the blacksmith's cart!
अबे
Come
chill,
here!
दुश्मन भी तो होंगे. आ रहे.
Well, now, here we have it. The blacksmith's cart.
And someone went to a lot of trouble to hide it from the road.
Of course, the goods are gone. The bastards hauled it off to the rocks. That's clear. Well, we can't let them get away with it. We'll carry on, but on foot. My old young milker would only break a leg there. Oh, be quiet. We still can't be sure of anything. With the fire crackling and the wind whistling
attention.
outside the windows and the whirring of the spinning wheel. Oh.
It's true.
Wait a moment. Do you hear that?
I do. There's somebody there, sure enough.
Let's get closer. What do we do now? I heard more than two voices.
I used to clamber around here as a young lad. The girls from Slatigo used to come make a fire here and jump over it. And so's their underwear wouldn't catch fire. Sometimes they'd take it off.
That's nice, Gnarly, but I don't think it's scantily clad maidens we'll be running into here. So what's that got to do with anything?
Well, there's a nice view into the gorge from up there. We only have to go back a bit, and we can get up there nicely.
Right.
Okay.
Henry, what are you waiting for? This is just the kind of thing we took you along for.
Okay. I'm getting.
Sure, sir. With a bit of luck, there might be some girls there, too.
I could do without girls with voices like that. Now get going.
You don't say. You really
Those
saw
definitely
that?
aren't the blacksmith's hands.
I'm not kidding. Hans, that ain't normal. Everyone must be laughing at the wench.
3 है. Okay.
Why? Some people might like it. I don't know who'd like that. And did they do something? What the fuck do you imagine they do?
So how's it look, Sonny? How many?
I saw 3. And they don't look like Radovan's hands.
And what about my goods?
I didn't see them. It looked more like a patrol. I reckon there might be more of them hereabouts.
Seems we can't avoid a fight. I hope you're ready, Henry.
Of course. We'll smash them to smithereens, and in the evening, we'll drink a toast from their skulls. Ha-ha!
Hold your horses, son. Keep some of that piss and vinegar for the fight. You might have whipped me in that pig pen, but this is a different matter.
So, how are we gonna do it? Do you just want to charge them, sir?
What else do you suggest?
Someone could go back up top and try to take one of them down with an arrow before we charge them. There's a good view of the camp from up there.
Good idea. Borrow my crossbow. My shoulder's giving me jip anyway.
All right, sir.
Climb up top, and as soon as you shoot the first time, we'll charge them. And make sure you don't hit one of us.
Right you are, Captain.
क्रॉसबो मिल चुका है.
Old stumble poured some holy water on your head in the woods. Don't mean a damn. Struggle's a priest. Some drunken old fool who claims he was a priest. He can't even quote one psalm. Don't you think he'd have a better nickname than Stumble if he was a priest?
Hey, it ain't his fault. What's wrong with his legs?
That was... Hey! That's the last one! He's at it! And it's done! Bandage, quick! Whew. I hope that's enough.
हो गई।
What's the hold up, damn it?
2 मिनट रुको। तो ओके।
What's the hold up, damn it?
चिल्ला। कितना बढ़ रहा है।
Stop dawdling.
ओके। की ले लेते हैं क्योंकि पता नहीं। नाइट शील्ड।
Stop dawdling.
बाबा काका रुक रहे नहीं। ये ले लेंगे।
Henry, get over here. What's the hold up, damn it?
अभी कितना अनोइंग है। बाबा गड़बड़।
This day took it out of me, and no mistake.
And it ain't over yet, sir. Your goods ain't here. And none of them bastards look like the blacksmith's hands. Am I right, Henry?
I never met them. We can't ask them.
Well, we can't ask them now.
Oh, well. That's how it goes sometimes.
But I don't think it was them.
Me neither. But right past that peak is another good camping spot.
You think this was a patrol?
It makes sense. But I don't want to go assuming the worst. We might have just run into them bandits by chance.
Yeah, well, you were right, as always. Let's go, then. Are you ready, Henry?
I am. Let's go.
Hold on, lad. Give me back my crossbow.
अरे
You
यार।
weren't thinking of keeping it, were you?
Of course. They did a good job.
I should bloody think so.
बोल्ट तो मिल गए ना। क्रॉसबो तो ले लेंगे।
Thought we had everything clear, Venser. You tried to fuck with me, so until we ride out, you're gonna stick right there and keep your mouth shut.
We did everything you asked. We got the blacksmith cart and the goods.
Horse shit. You tried to fuck me. That bastard cousin of yours owned up to it.
It was his idea. I wanted nothing to do with it.
Make no difference to me, Venser. You vouched for the crooked fucker. So now, it's on you. Actually, you could consider yourself lucky. If you hadn't saved my ass that time in Colleen, I'd have goat ear skin you alive.
Bastards. You can't trust anyone in these parts.
माँ कसम।
Get ready, Gnarly. We are going to parley.
Like that time at the Shani, sir.
Yes, exactly.
Only there was more of us that time, and less of them.
Oh, don't worry, there won't be a problem. They're just common thieves. Besides, I'll take young Henry with me.
What, me?
And if they're still feeling brave, you get to try out that new plaything of yours.
अरे मैंने इक्विप नहीं किया कुछ।
Ahem, gentlemen.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
obliged to you for looking after my goods. But I'll take them back now. Just hand them over, and I'll let you go.
Oh, you must be from Samin, sir. Well, of course you can have everything back. As long as you ask nicely, eh? Well, how about we do things differently? You lay down your weapons, and we can all have a nice little chat. I mean, I don't intend to go murdering local lords. I just want your coin.
That's very noble of you, sir.
What are you gaping at? At them!
रुक जाओ रुक जाओ। एक सेकंड मेरे को इक्विप करने दो। प्लीज।
We're gonna gut you, you horse son. more. Do it.
I'm bleeding. Nice hit.
Fucking hell!
He knows how to sword fight then.
Hey! Get him!
Nice fight. That's the last one.
I'll be done with you in a flash. Nice
I'll
strike.
rip your ass open. Should have fucking stayed out. True blood. Yeah.
They got what they deserved, the fuckers. Henry! Hey,
Okay.
Henry! Are you listening? Come here!
Discuss.
What now?
One of them bastards fled into...
एक भाग गया I think. I go
I'll
find
go
him.
and track him then.
Great. Hurry.
Okay, कहाँ गया है वो मेरे को सच में कोई आइडिया नहीं है. Let's see. कैंप है. वो ये रहा.
I've got you now, Venser. You've nowhere to run to. Yield.
Well, why the fuck would I? Besides, if I do yield, it's the rope for me anyway.
You're no match for me. Okay,
One
दोनों
on
बहुत
one,
कम है.
yeah. But it must be clear to you that you're no match for me. Even if the noose is waiting for you, it's still a more pleasant death than getting your head smashed in with a rock. And
Okay,
believe
ये
me,
मर सकता है I think.
I'll do it if there's no other
क्योंकि
way.
दोनों ऑप्शन
You
मेरे
never
weak
know
है.
what might happen, friend. Much bigger and stronger fellas than you tried to wring my neck before.
I think इससे
So
fight
I'll
ही
take
करना
my
पड़ेगा.
chances with you.
मेरी रेपुटेशन कहाँ लॉस्ट कर रहा है ये सेमीन में? नहीं इससे लड़ना ही
You
पड़ेगा.
won't yield.
I
दूसरा
told
ऑप्शन
you.
में.
No.
All right. I was hoping for a peaceful end to it. But if that's how you want it...
Oh shit.
You're a dead man.
Go back to the Lord Semi. वो किधर है? मैप पे मार्क क्यों नहीं हो रहा है मेरे? इसके पास कंपेयर टू इतना कुछ नहीं. एक ब्रोशन है, गरीब आदमी. चलो लॉर्ड सेमीन से बात करते. किधर है? ये रहा.
I had to kill him, unfortunately.
He
He
refused
refused
to
to surrender.
Don't feel bad about it, lad. He'd have swung anyway. At least you gave him a quick end.
What about Gules?
He caught a few good hits, but he's alive. We'll take him with us. I need to have a strong word with him. You did a good
Reputation
job,
gained.
youngster. You've got heart. And so you don't say I had you clambering over these rocks for nothing. Here's something for you.
Thank you, sir.
Don't thank me, you deserve
80
it.
रुपए और मिला हुआ है और
Now,
इतनी सारी चीजें
let's
चुराए
get
वाले.
that accursed cart back to Samin. Want to ride? We'll go via Troskovitz. We can drop you off there, and you won't have far to Tarkov. You ought to report back to Radovan as soon as possible about what happened with these hands.
Okay. I could use a ride कर
A
देते.
ride would be great. My legs are sore.
Wait until you're my age. Well, let's get going.
ओके ओ एकदम सुसाट लेके गया हुआ है भाई. अच्छी अच्छी चीजें मिल गई यार. आर्मर की कमी थी और फाइनली बैंडेड कैंप से ही आर्मर ढाबा. वो भी ऑफिशियल क्वेस्ट वाली बैंडेड कैंप से आ गया.
And then you try to fuck me over.
आयरन.
Thief robbing a thief.
What a world. I'm still a nobleman, if you don't mind. So I'm not a thief. I'm a robber baron.
A thief's a thief.
Where are you taking us?
To Samin, where his lordship will hear you out and decide what to do with you.
I hope you realize you can't execute me just like that.
That depends. By rights, I should send a plea to the royal court to ask if we can behead you. But in these shitty times, nobody will give a toss. Parchment's expensive. So as far as I'm concerned, I'd happily take the risk and cut your head off without permission.
And I can see how much you respect the rule of law here.
You're quite the joker. Invoking the law, are you?
And what will happen to me?
You are dead.
What do you think? If they'll execute a nobleman, they won't think twice about a hired hand.
You never know, Henry. Lord Sameen is merciful. Maybe this whimpering will soften his heart.
I ain't whimpering. I'm just trying to tell you how it was. I swear on my soul.
Is that supposed to soften my heart? Ha! Every good-for-nothing I've dragged to the gallows swore on his ma. Nobody with any decency would risk his mother's immortal soul, even if he was pure as the driven snow. But this arsehole don't think twice about damning her. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
The captain's right. Only the lowest of the low swears at his mother.
Ain't it grand you're here to make that clear for us? And now shut it, the two of you. I don't want you poisoning the air with the shit you spout.
मेरे को क्या देख रहा है भाई? नोबल आदमी बच जाएगा, कॉमनर रह के ऐसी हरकत नहीं करनी है, हिसाब में चलने का। लेकिन अभी कौन समझे? ठीक है, ट्रॉस्कोविट से क्या? हाँ ट्रॉस्कोविट से आई थिंक। मेरे को यहाँ मत छोड़ना, यहाँ मैंने जस्ट चोरी टाकी है, धरेंगे वो मेरे को मारेंगे।
Right, we're in Troskowitz. This is where you get off, Henry.
Thanks a lot, Captain.
Don't forget to go and tell Radovan what happened, so he can stop worrying.
Will do.
And drop by Sameen sometime. You may be wet behind the ears still, but you're a laugh to have around.
Thanks. You're not bad yourself, for an old fart.
Oh.
You're not too old to get spanked, lad.
मेरे को लगा वो इज्जत से थैंक्स करेगा। वो यहाँ थोड़ा मेरे को संभल के रहना चाहिए। यहाँ मैं पीट सकता हूँ। ये वाला गार्ड पकड़ता है भाई। याद है यहीं से चालू किया था कि यहाँ स्पैंक हुए थे अपन सबसे पहले। Look at the humans. The humans हैं।
He has no business popping out when I have work here.
Do they pour the beer on
place for nothing?
Maybe a bit odd.
I came to apologize.
I came to apologise for the fight that me and Lord Capon started. If we caused any damages, I'll take care of them.
You've served your penance by carrying them sacks, and I'm sure you won't forget about the stocks anytime soon either, eh? So we're square. If you want to help me out, though, I do know something you could do. There's a group of humans at the table over there, and they want some food, but, well, I don't know. I'm scared of them.
Should I kick them out?
No, a guest's a guest, and coin's coin, but do you think you could serve them for me? Better to have a fella deal with.
What are humans doing in Troskowitz anyway?
मेरे को पता है humans कौन है, जिन्होंने अपन के माँ को मारा था।
But if that was the case, he'd order them to pillage and murder, not sit around in a tavern.
Look, all I know is that they're sitting in my yard, are hungry, and have a pile of groschen that I could really use.
All right.
You'll manage. One of them speaks our language. But be quick about it. They're starting to make the locals nervous. Wojtek at the next table looks like he's about to pounce on them. And no more fighting. I want this to go smoothly. Aye, coming right up.
Nobody's safe with that rabble around.
Bashing their faces in will be too good for them.
Bastards. Someone should kick their asses. Really clever.
भड़क गए वो लोग इन पे। वासक।
The innkeeper said you wanted some food.
Exactly. We do not want much. Just some bread and something beside. Maybe a bit of sausage.
Do you have money?
We have, and we pay for everything. On my name, not Vashko.
They think they can do whatever
अरे यार मेरे को तो सर्वेंट ही बना दिए।
Someone should teach them how things work.
I spoke to the Cumans. They want some bread and sausage.
Do they have money?
Well, they say they do. They promised to pay for everything.
Well, all right. I'll believe them. The food is in the tavern pantry. But don't you dare take anything else, you hear?
Sausage. Oh, ये ना। स्टील हो रहा है वो, जाने दो. सर्व द ह्यूमंस. क्या कर रहा हूँ मैं भाई?
Here you go.
Thank you. I afraid we leave, Ahesh, without food.
Corva, why are you even talking to them? They can go to hell.
What were you thinking coming here? Humans don't exactly have the best reputation around here.
We don't want trouble. We're just hungry. We had enough of that later back at camp. We just want to eat something good for change.
The locals don't want you here, and neither do I. The less humans I meet in my lifetime, the better.
Not all humans
बे वो
say.
क्या उसको क्या करने चाह
But
रहा
what you say? We eat and we go.
How come you speak our language so well?
From mother. It is long, Tartine. Story. Maybe I tell another time.
Finish eating and go back to where you came from. You've no business being here.
Take it easy, friend. We do nothing to you.
No, not you personally, but I've dealt with humans before. You're all the same.
Elob tuj, ostan ite. Do not judge a book by its cover.
You should get the fuck out of here. You hear me, you Hungarian pork sausage?
Easy, fella. They just want to eat their food in peace and leave.
You seem very sure about that. Last time you got into a brawl here yourself, and now you're going to preach to us about peace? Oh shit. I say we smash their teeth in and be done with it.
Do you want to make a fool of yourself? You'd cry like a little girl after these warriors break every bone in your body.
Last time the only one crying was you, when you had shit thrown at you in the stocks.
वो लोग पूरे geared up है
Stop
brother.
acting tough and run along. Do I make myself clear, you cunt? Out, now!
Upp har medjing för lautum.
All right, we go.
Picture.
What did you just say? Hey, where do you think you're going? Did you really just spit on me, you scum?
भाई इनको भगा देना चाहिए मैंने.
You go too far.
And who's gonna
ये लोग
pay?
मर जाएंगे वरना.
We no eat anything. You take food back.
So our food ain't the gentleman's taste, eh? Maybe they'd rather wear it on their heads instead. What about you, lad? Will you help us kick these pigs out of here?
Leave them alone.
You're defending those horse fuckers. Birds of a feather, eh?
You don't even know who they are.
You think I don't? They're fucking humans. They burn and pillage every village they come across, and you're standing up for them. You fucking traitor.
I'm all yours. Go
What the
fuck
fuck?
yourself.
Hey.
I'll rip your ass open.
hell. He knows how to sword fight.
बे वाट लग
What do
गई.
you want?
ये मर तो नहीं रहे ना?
Fuck.
क्या बोल रहे हो भाई हंगरी में कुछ?
Tell them to fuck off, the pricks. They have no business here.
What are you on about? Haven't you had enough?
Shut up. You really fucked up this time. You're a damn traitor. Now those fuckers will come back at night and slit our throats in our sleep.
How dare you? I'm on the side of King Wenceslas.
Ha! If you're one of us, prove it. Take care of those Cuban pigs and things will be settled between us.
What do you mean, take care?
What do you think? Just make sure they never come back here again.
Don't you think you're going too far?
Either you're with us or you're against us. Your choice. Seems they came from Samin. Try asking there. Someone must have noticed that rabble.
भाई नशीब अगर ये मर जाते. हाँ जिंदा है नशीब भाई. मेरे को लगा मर गए. क्या ही करता मैं. एक सेकंड मुंह धो लें दो इन लोग साले मेरे हेल्थ की वाट लगा देते. बेची.
Can I spend the night?
Not a chance. Go back to where you came from, you wastrel.
रेपुटेशन गेन करने के लिए इसको एक्स्ट्रा पैसा देते हैं.
All right. Why not?
67. 1 रुपया ज्यादा दे रहा हूँ. मे भी 2 रुपया ज्यादा देता. मेक ऑफ
Here. And something for your trouble.
Well, well. Thanks a lot.
रेपुटेशन गेन्ड. प्लीज अभी रहने दे.
Can I spend the night here?
Not a chance.
I'd like a beer.
मेरे पैसे वापस दे। 60 रुपया दूं मैं तेरे को। इधर रहने नहीं मिलेगा मेरे को लगता है ट्रॉस्कोविट्स में मेरे को। Perfect parking. Perfect parking. The cart has been found.
So, job done. The cart was found and driven to Lord Samin's courtyard.
Whew. That's a relief. And what happened to that pair of idiots?
It turned out they tried to rob you.
Oh. They did they?
Aye. They plotted with some robber baron called Gules and brought the cart to him.
The bastards. I should have realized they were a bit too keen on work. And how did you get the cart back?
I went to Samin, and they were wondering there too where the wagon got to. So we rode out to look for it. Me, Lord Samin, and his captain, Gnarly.
Well, God's nails. And the three of you tracked them down. The whole band.
That's right. They were hiding in Apollonia, along with the cart and the goods.
Indeed. Where else? The bastards. And what about my hands?
Venser didn't survive the skirmish in Gules' camp. And Franzi, they took him to Samin. He might have been innocent in the whole thing.
I wouldn't be too sure about that. They were only here a while.
खुद ही तारीफ कर रहा था
That
उनकी।
pair was as thick as, well, thieves. And that Franzi could talk his way out from under the executioner's axe.
We'll see. Either way, it's Lord Samin's concern now.
Anyway,
Thunderstorm गया भाई।
the main thing is the cart turned up. I'd be in a right mess if it didn't.
No doubt.
पीछे घोड़ा अभी तक
You've
वाक़
earned a reward for your trouble. I've got just the thing for you. Some mercenary once had his cuirass repaired here, but never came back for it. Who knows what happened to him? So now it's yours. It's been through a bit, but it'll still serve for a while.
Thanks. It'll come in handy. And have you got another job for me?
Young Lord Semin's wedding is coming up, and it's got my head spinning. Look, you must have seen Agnes, the bailiff's daughter, when you were in Truscovitz.
नहीं।
What do you think of her?
I haven't seen Agnes. Is she pretty?
Pretty doesn't do her justice.
Dang.
She's a beauty. But she's got such a sharp tongue on her that I don't envy older at all. And how about you, lad? Have you got some lass waiting in Sasau?
Sasa?
And I hope she'll wait. Her name's Teresa. Her uncle owns a mill on the river in Ratai.
A girl from the mill? You want to watch out for them types. You might get caught up in devilry, lad. A wedding's a serious business. You're not just getting a bride, but a whole family. So you have to show them you're a man who's worth it. All the more so when you're noble-born. Old Semin wants a special sword forged for his son's wedding present.
Oh, हाँ।
Excellent.
भूल ही गया था मैं।
So what are we waiting
Wedding.
for? Should we get to work?
Hold your horses. It can't be any old steel. This has to be a first-class job.
A blade of first-class steel?
That's right. And that's just the problem.
We don't have any welded steel for that kind of sword, do we?
घोड़ा अभी तक वाक़
God's
है।
nails. You really know your stuff, youngster. And you're right. We don't have the steel for a strong sword that won't break.
Where will you get the steel? We'll never do this.
I'd like to know where you're going to get your hands on some welded steel.
Relax, lad. I've got it all figured out, as it happens.
Damn.
There's this old hermit called Ambrose, living in Apollonia.
And he can pray for us?
God's nails, let me finish talking. The word is, he was fighting heathens years ago in faraway Andalusia, and folks say they saw this interesting broken sword in his hut. From the description, it seems our peculiar hermit has a real Toledo blade.
Welded Spanish steel? There's nothing better for a sword.
See now? You do understand. But there's a catch.
Naturally.
They say that Ambrose the Hermit has changed a lot recently. People from far and wide used to go to him for remedies and blessings. But now he won't see no one. I even heard he made a pact with the devil. And there have been other strange goings on.
What strange goings
on?
I heard something in the tavern about some apparition, but that's all I know.
With the devil? Why would the hermit make a pact with the devil?
No idea. It might just be old wives' tale.
Where can I find the hermit?
Do I look like someone who goes to a hermit for advice? I know he has a hut somewhere in Apollonia, but you'll have to ask the Truskovitz womenfolk if you want to know more.
Right. I'll try to find out more about the hermit's sword. But in return, you'll get me invited to Semin's wedding.
If it means so much to you, why not? Come and see Betty from the Truskovitz tavern. She knows all the gossip. She'll definitely tell you more about the hermit. But Henry, if there's any truth in that pact with the devil, don't get caught up in it. The best sword in the world isn't worth eternal damnation.
अभी एक काम करते हैं, अभी रेडी होते हैं अपन, फिर मैं तुमको दिखाता हूँ मैंने क्या क्या पहना है. ओके, सो वी आर रेडी. मैं तुमको दिखाता हूँ. ओ, रात हो गई है. अंदर ही फिर ज़्यादा अच्छी लाइट है कंपेयर टू. तो दीज आर माई बिल्ड्स. सबसे पहले अपनी नॉर्मल फाइटिंग बिल्ड. ये मेरी फाइटिंग बिल्ड है. इस पे जितना हो सका मैंने उतना आर्मर पहन रखा है. ये है अपनी स्टेल्थ बिल्ड, ग्रीन वाली. इसमें सब कुछ स्टेल्थ वाला है. ये छोड़कर विजिबिलिटी अपनी 22 है, नॉइज़ 21 है. कोशिश की है इसमें से मैंने नॉइज़ रखने वाली चीज़ें हटाने की. इससे अच्छा अपन नांगड़े भी हो सकते हैं वैसे, बट अभी के लिए ठीक है. वो पूरी ब्लैक बिल्ड है, स्टेल्थ बिल्ड एक तरीके की. ये है अपनी झाड़ने वाली बिल्ड, मतलब करिश्मा बिल्ड. और इसमें करिश्मा अपना 17 है. और बाकी इसमें देखो 12, 9. इसमें बस एक चीज़ मिसिंग है करिश्मा बिल्ड में, ग्लासेस. वो अपन को मिल जाएंगे ये स्किल. ठीक है, मास्टर स्टडीज़ पढ़ेंगे आज अपन. बुक का 100% हो जाएगा 4 बजे तक. देखते किस चीज़ में लेवल मिलेगा इससे. हाँ, स्कॉलरशिप में लेवल मिला और वर्क पॉइंट कंप्लीट हो. 77 ठीक है ऐसे अभी के लिए. इतनी नींद काफ़ी है. उठ गए, सो के अपन मस्त. सेव भी हो रखा है. अभी अच्छे दिख रहे अपन. बस आई थिंक इससे स्वॉर्ड लेनी रह गई है. वो स्वॉर्ड चाहिए मेरे को.
What do you have for sale?
ये वाली एक्चुअली बहुत अच्छी स्वॉर्ड है. मेरे को पहले ये वाली अच्छी लग रही थी.
I'd like to discuss the price.
Sure. Why not?
105 करके.
Aye, you'll convince me with that price.
मिल गई वो स्वॉर्ड अपने को. अपना नेक्स्ट मिशन था मर्सिनरी के पास जाना. नहीं, हर्मिट के पास.
I need some advice.
You want some advice? Here's some for free. I catch you fighting here again, and I'll spank your bare ass like a brat. Down to business. I don't have all day for you, so what do you want?
I promised Radovan the blacksmith I'd go and see Ambrose the hermit in Apollonia.
My God, lad, stay away from them rocks. Ambrose the hermit sold his soul to the devil and won't talk to nobody no more.
Yeah, I heard that as well. But it seems a bit far-fetched.
So why would an evil spirit suddenly start appearing near Apollonia? It's the devil's work, believe you me.
And has anyone sent to the castle for the priest?
Not at all. Bailiff Thrush is keeping it quiet so far. 4 strangers came here yesterday. They sat in the corner there, but once they heard about the apparition, they started to take a big interest.
What strangers?
They looked like monks, only they had daggers concealed under their robes. I saw them clearly. I'm telling you, there's something fishy going on around Ambrose.
I'd like to get hold of the hermit sword.
But I have to speak to him.
Didn't you hear what I said? He doesn't speak to nobody. He hides away in his hut and sends everyone away.
Okay.
I'd think long and hard before doing anything if I was you. Because this reeks of hell.
Can I spend the night?
Not a chance.
How do I get to the hermit?
You're asking for trouble, lad. But all right, if you go through Apollonia along the path below the rocks till you reach the point where it crosses the stream. And from there, you take the path uphill to the left, leading into the rocks.
Where did these peculiar monks come from?
Hard to say, but they rode in on well-fed horses.
Monks on horseback? That's definitely odd.
Well, Bashka the Butcher says they came from the bishop about that diabolical apparition. In short, the Inquisition.
नांगड़ा की ओह मैंने इसके भी कपड़े डाल लिए इसके लिए और the hermit I need some paint.
I've heard you dye your own fabric.
I used to. I tried a few times, but I had to give it up. Troskovitz is on a hill, and there's not enough water for that. Why'd you ask?
I'd like to buy some pigment.
I see. Well, perhaps I could find some leftover black. If you have enough groschen, it's yours.
Hey, bhai. 60 चाहिए. Quite expensive. Try करूँ क्या?
Damn. Look, I don't need...
Is that so?
Okay.
What do you want it for, anyway?
Nothing important, really.
All right, whatever. But I'd hate to find out you painted on someone's house. You know what? If I scraped off some of that dry pigment from the edges of the bucket and mixed it with some lard, that could work. Those pigments are a magical thing, eh?
How can I help you, stranger?
Alchemy improve हो गई मेरी उससे बड़बड़ सुन के. Trade.
What do you have for sale?
ओ कपड़े आ गए हैं क्या वापस? Sorry brother. I think चुराना पड़ सकता है मेरे को तेरे से वापस. वो नहीं ज्यादा कुछ आया नहीं है. जो मेरे इस पे अनमार्क हो गया वो सब आ गया I think.
Maybe next time then.
किसकी तो बीवी से बात करनी थी. सब लोग गर्डा ही कर रहे. गर्डा को मिलते हैं. इधर रहती है ना.
Jesus Christ be praised.
उसकी आंखें देखो.
I'd like to ask you about something.
No, I don't want to talk about it anymore. Go away, please.
Easy now, Gerda. There's nothing to be afraid of. We'll get to the bottom of this mystery together.
Really? You're not going to laugh at me like all the others?
I believe you really did see something. But I want to know what it really was.
So, what do you want me to tell you?
Relax, Gerda. Have a think. And then tell me what happened with the apparition.
It was the day before yesterday. I was picking marshmallow roots above the rocks. It grows by the cross there, near the big dry tree not far from the road to Tachov. I didn't get home till after dark when I suddenly realized I didn't have my knife.
So you went back to the cross?
God have mercy. He hopped up right out of the ground in front of me. He was all in black and he was grinding his teeth. I started to scream. There was something glinting in the dark and this clanking sound and I just turned.
That's all?
At one point I turned around and I saw a dark shadow darting across the field. Proper flying along it was like the devil and heading straight to Apollonia.
What's this place where you saw the apparition?
It's a conciliatory cross, erected in the memory of some innocent's death. They say some years ago, a young fellow killed himself on account of an unhappy love affair. He jumped from a cliff.
And the day after you saw the apparition, the cross was at an angle?
Aye, all askew. Everyone here saw it. I didn't go back.
Don't worry, Gerda. Nobody's going to make fun of you anymore. I'll find out what it was all about and what you really saw there.
What do you think happened?
I don't know yet.
I don't know yet, but you needn't fear. Everything will get cleared up soon.
Thank you. By all the saints, thank you. But please, come and tell me how it turned out. I'll make it worth your while.
They really did see something. That cross hides a secret.
क्रॉस पे जाना चाहिए अपन को फटफट के पहले घोड़े से. ओके यहाँ वुल्व्स आ गए.
The conciliatory cross.
An old memorial to some unfortunate event. This is where Gerda saw the apparition.
Okay. Start digging का तो नहीं मालूम. Oh. What the hell? अच्छा अपन ये क्रॉस देखने आए थे, ये टेढ़ा है करके. Let's see क्या मिलता है इससे.
Fresh soil. Someone was digging here recently.
अच्छा है, हेनरी बड़बड़ करके अपने को बता रहा है क्या सीन है क्या नहीं, वरना मेरे दिमाग के ऊपर से जाने वाला है ये सब.
Christ, can't you?
I hear you saw some diabolical apparition. Is that true?
Was it the bailiff who sent you? Or old Croper?
No. I want to go to Apollonia to see Ambrose, the hermit. I've heard talk he's somehow linked to that apparition. So I need to know what you saw that night.
Why do you want to know? Forget that shit, pal. It reeks of fire and brimstone.
Look, mate, I'll gladly give you a few groschen, but spit it out now. Here you are.
What did you want to know?
What exactly did you see that night at the crossroads?
A diabolical apparition. A black rider on a black horse flew into Apollonia. His eyes glowed, and his horse was black as charcoal. He turned this way and that a couple of times at the crossroads, and then darted off into the rocks. To the hermit's place, I'm sure.
He turned this way and that? That's strange. Would the devil not know the way?
I'm telling the truth. Gerda from the apothecary saw him.
But the hermit helps people, though, doesn't he?
Aye, he did. Only now they're saying he was at death's door and sold his soul to the devil. And that was the horseman.
Why? Why would the old man have sold his soul to the devil and then kept living as a pauper in his hut?
Who knows what's going on in them rocks? Some devilish trickery for sure. See you soon, my friend.
ओ वाह भाई,
God be with you, hermit.
I don't have time for you. Go away.
Folk in the village are saying you've made a miraculous recovery, and since then you won't let anyone near you. What happened?
Nothing happened. I just can't stand all these people coming here and disturbing me. Can't I have a moment's peace?
Judging by what I've heard about you, you're a bit fishy, hermit.
What do you mean?
Well, there's a lot of talk about you in the village. They say you've made a pact with the devil, and are summoning demons from hell.
Old wives' tales. What do I care about such nonsense?
Well, but supposing it isn't nonsense?
Of course it is.
Some nights. Hiding place beneath
The apparition was seen by the conciliatory cross at night.
Old wives' tales.
I went to take a look, and it really is askew. But it wasn't magic that Hellspawn was wielding. It was a shovel. There was a hiding place beneath the cross. And the man digging there at night didn't have time to put the cross back in the right position.
By all the saints! So someone was digging there. What has that to do with me?
The man who took things from the hiding place can't have been some chance thief, because he left a purse full of coin there.
So keep the groschen, lad, and stop pestering me. It's nothing to do with me.
There was a brand new cloak of the Knights of the Cross in the hiding place. It's clear that the man doing the digging hid it there. Maybe to cover up who he really is. And what he's planning.
I still don't know what you want from me. What have I got to do with some cloak?
I found some pretty interesting documents of the Order.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I reckon you do, Ambrose. According to one of the documents, you were appointed Seneschal of the Knights of the Cross with the Red Star. Or are you going to tell me it was some other Ambrose?
I'm not going to tell you anything. I don't know anything about any documents.
भगोड़ा है ये फिर.
That's enough. I think there are enough fishy things going on around you for me to tell the bailiff. But you're in luck. All I'm after is that broken sword. So, come clean.
You're wide of the mark. But in the end, maybe you could help me.
What do you want help with, Ambrose?
I'm not Ambrose. He died some time ago.
Oh.
I am Conrad, Knight of the Cross with the Red Star.
Oh. What are you doing?
What are
here?
you doing in the hermit's hut then?
In Prague, I got into a serious dispute. Ambrose was the only person who could help me.
Okay.
That's why I came to see him.
I'm guessing that the diabolical horseman scaring people around these parts was you.
That was not my intention, believe me.
Ambrose is dead, you say? How did it happen?
He was an old man. Unfortunately, he was already at death's door when I found him.
And you had nothing to do with his death?
Of course not. Ambrose was my friend. I'd known him for 20 years. He was a good member of the Order and an outstanding teacher.
Ambrose was a member of your order?
More than a member. He was the Seneschal, second in rank only to the Grand Master. He served the Order for many years before getting into a dispute with the Prague chapter and the Inquisition. Then I was the only one to know where to look for him. But I came too late. All he managed to tell me was his last wish.
You scared the life out of Gerda from Troskovitz that night. What were you doing there?
Ambrose had a hiding place beneath the cross where he kept things from his past.
I found some documents there from the Knights of the Cross. But Ambrose clearly wasn't interested in them. So what did he send you to get?
He sensed that death was coming for him. He wanted me to help settle his affairs. And he also longed to hold his old sword in his hands one last time. I went to his hiding place that very night. But by the time I got back, Ambrose was dead. I put the blade on his grave in place of a cross.
So the sword is on Ambrose's grave. Will you tell me where I can find it?
You want to disturb his rest?
I just want the sword, that's all. It's no use to him now.
All right. I'll tell you where his grave is if you fulfill Ambrose's last wish instead of me. I can't do it.
Okay.
All right. What am I supposed to do?
Listen carefully, then. There's an old widow called Margaret living in the village. Take this cross to her and say to her exactly these words. Margaret,
Yeah.
Ambrose forgives you, but his brother must get what is rightfully his.
Margaret, Ambrose forgives you, but his brother must get what is rightfully his.
That's right.
I hope she'll know what this is about.
Don't worry, she will. Give her the
sinful
cross,
soul.
and I'll tell you where you can find the sword. Benedictio Domini sit tecum.
Day. What would you like?
This
I'll
might
bring you
seem
this.
strange, but I'm supposed to give you this.
A cross? Mother of God. What's the meaning of this?
Margaret, Ambrose forgives you, but his brother must get what he deserves.
Ambrose?
Reputation gained.
The hermit?
It was his wish that I give you the cross and the message. He said you'd know what it's about.
Oh my God! By all that's holy, it couldn't possibly be him. All those years, I'd lost hope. I never forgave myself. I committed a mortal sin.
Well, I don't know what you did. But this is supposed to be your absolution.
No, there's no absolution. Not yet. You said it yourself. Not until Ambrose's brother gets what he deserves. The bones. They still lie there outside the wall. Help me.
Oh.
His soul must find peace.
All right.
Thank you, lad. Thank you. It's a curse. I've never told anyone about it. And it's a good thing you caught me here. at the graveyard.
What does the graveyard have to do with absolution?
Hold on. Not so fast. I'll tell you everything. First, tell me, are you afraid of the dead?
It's the living I'm more afraid of than the dead.
One should fear the dead. But in the end, it's probably a good thing that you have no fear. You see, one poor soul is waiting for redemption. For years and years.
Ah, I get it now. Ambrose's brother has to get what he deserves. This is about the soul of Ambrose.
His name was Yun. He lies outside the graveyard wall, buried without rites. He's been there for 30 years.
Why doesn't he have a proper grave?
Because suicides can't enter the kingdom of heaven.
Oh.
They have to be buried outside the walls. The worst thing about it is that Yun didn't kill himself.
Oh.
He didn't deserve such a dishonorable burial. And it's my fault. I said nothing.
What happened to him?
The memories are painful. We were childhood friends, and Yun loved me. Only, I chose his friend Vashek over him. He couldn't get over the rejection. So he lay in wait for Vashek one evening.
And Vashek killed him?
It was an accident. They quarrelled. Yun drew his sword first, and Vashek had to defend him. Apparently, they got close to the cliff edge while they were fighting, and Yun fell. When they found his body at the bottom of the cliff, people thought he'd killed himself. The only one who didn't believe it was Yun's.
Did you see it?
No, but I believed my Vashek. It pained him till the day he died. And he lived in fear of Yun's brother creeping up behind him one day and taking his revenge. In the end, that fear...
Why didn't Ambrose...
He went away to Prague and joined an order of knights. He didn't want revenge, most likely.
But then he came back and became a hermit in Apollonia. It never occurred to you that it was him?
No. His name was Adam before, but he changed it to Ambrose. Besides, he got old.
Ah, the conciliatory cross where they saw the apparition.
His brother Ambrose had it built there. And it's my fault for saying nothing.
Oh.
God is punishing me for...
Nonsense. God wouldn't use a diabolical apparition to scare you, would he? And what's more, Ambrose forgave you.
Only on the condition that Yun's bones will be laid to rest in consecrated ground. Help me lay him to rest in a proper grave, please.
But without telling the priest
Okay.
and gravedigger.
That's the only way we can put right a terrible mistake.
We'll bury him.
All right. We'll give him a proper burial.
Thank you. The Lord will pay you back 100-fold. There's a rose bush outside the graveyard wall. You'll find his bones beneath it. Please bury him beside my Vashek. Here, beneath the pine tree. In that way they'll be reconciled at least in death. Then place Ambrose's cross on his grave to bless their reconciliation. Take care, my friend.
Oh, yeah. Plug the flowers. Rob the grave. Old bones. Rob का ऑप्शन क्यों आ रहा है?
Your journey ends here, Jan. I don't know what you have on your conscience. But rest in peace. I don't know much about prayer in these. Our Father, there are many sinners in this world. But in the end, we all face your judgment for what we should have done, but lacked the courage to do. So forgive me this little sacrilege. You know better than anyone that it was the right thing to do. Thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven, and deliver us from evil. Amen.
God in heaven. Thank you. May God reward you, lad. I'd given up all.
I understand. A sin like that is a hard cross to bear.
30 years. I thought about it every day.
It's all right now. You did the right thing.
दूसरा ऑप्शन भी क्रेजी है. सीधा उसको गाली दो सब करने का.
Reward you somehow.
I expect you wouldn't want anyone to hear about all this, right?
Well, if you... Will you keep it to yourself?
I'll accept the coin, and that'll be the end of it.
Thank you again for your help. God be with you, Henry.
45 ठीक है चल. गाड़ने का 45 ठीक है. अभी हर्मिट के पास जाना है.
Hey, fella! Listen, we need help.
No. Who are you? And who do you serve?
We are Knights of the Cross with the Red Star. Good brothers in Christ. I'll explain everything, but there's no time now. We have to act fast. Our brother Klesgen is dying. The crazy fool shot him. Help us.
All right. We'll have a quiet talk.
Okay.
What happened?
If you're going to see the hermit, be warned. The man in the hut is just pretending to be the hermit. His name is Conrad, and he's a fraud and a murderer. The Inquisition paid him to murder our Grandmaster Zdeněk in Prague. Fortunately, God did not let him carry out the crime. But 2 of our brothers were killed by Conrad when they tried to detain him.
And I see a third one will soon join them.
He was just about to flee from here as well. We took him by surprise, but he had time to grab that damned crossbow and shoot Klesgen. By the Virgin Mary, help us. We have to catch him.
Did Conrad really want to flee?
Yes. We stopped him at the last moment. He almost got away, but we surrounded him.
Okay. You're a knight of an order?
Yes. I am Brother Arnold, a knight of the cross with the red star. And these are brothers Sibald and Nicholas. You are too late to make the acquaintance of Brother Klesgen, I'm afraid. We take care of the sick in infirmaries throughout the land. But we can't help our brother. You have to help us.
Why should I get mixed up in?
I'll pay you. We just need to distract Conrad's attention. That's all. Otherwise, we won't have a chance against his crossbow in that gorge.
That swine tried to deceive me.
God, thank you. Try to get close unseen and set fire to the haystack on the right-hand side of the yard. Then his crossbow will be useless. But do it quickly, before he...
Kill or save. Oh, उसको बचा भी सकते हैं अपन. Set fire on the in front of the... I know अभी तक अपन एकदम गुड हेनरी खेल रहे, पर मैं सोच रहा हूँ इसको बचाते. अरे मेरे को तेरे से बात करने दी. अरे फिजान, इन लोगों में मिक्सअप नहीं होना है ना मेरे को.
This is your...
Mary, mother of... Of course! Why else would you be here? Damn it! I should have known!
You think you can threaten me?
Okay.
I won't put up with that. I'm not afraid of you.
You're making a fatal mistake, youngster!
You're in for an arse-kicking, you piece of shit!
भाग अंदर.
It's the slaughter!
Done with you in a flash.
Let him
Fuck yourself!
Fortune is on my side!
फिर से मैंने ग्लिच कर दिया क्या? हाँ नहीं.
Damn it! What was that all about?
I think I owe...
Let's hear it then.
Yeah, you're right. And what is it you want to hear from me?
Where can I find Ambrose's broken sword?
It's not far. At the edge of the meadow up there are 2 entangled birch trees. There's a grave beneath them, and the sword is on the grave.
Why were they trying to kill you?
Why were they trying to kill you?
I had proof that our Grand Master's Denyak had betrayed the Order and was conspiring with the Prague chapter. But it was turned against me. Damned Inquisition. First they chased out Ambrose, and now me.
That's all
I need to know.
And that's an end to it. This is in return for your silence.
Thank you. I won't say a word. Don't worry.
Farewell, friend. Go with God. Benedictio Domini sit tecum.
Okay. नॉकआउट ट्राई करूँ क्या? यहाँ सेव है क्या गेम? पहले वो चेक करने दो. इधर सेव नहीं है तो लेट्स सेव इधर. स्लॉटर, ग्रैब बॉडी, रॉब. मारना नहीं मेरे को. सोड अच्छी है, हंटिंग बहुत अच्छा है, बोल्ट अच्छे हैं. मेरे को इसका आर्मर चाहिए था. मैं इसके लिए सोचा इसको मारूं या नहीं मारूं, समझ में नहीं आ रहा था. इधर से और ऊपर जाना है थे. क्या व्यू दिख रहा है?
Where's the hermit's grave? It ought to be somewhere around here.
Oh. Ambrose broken sword. और ये अपन डिग भी कर सकते हैं. Uncover the grave. नहीं यार कुछ मिला ही नहीं. चलो.
Now that's what I call
sword ले ली.
It may be broken, but there's hardly a trace of rust.
लेकिन ये कासल क्या दिख रहा था भाई? हाँ कसम. चलो ब्लैकस्मिथ के पास वट्टे. रेड वाइन, लेट्स गो.
Greetings.
So I'm back, Master Blacksmith.
Excellent. How did it go with the hermit?
He's dead.
What? You... Did you...
No, not me. It just got a bit complicated. Anyway, it turns out old Ambrose really used to be a knight. And this really is Toledo steel. You were right, Blacksmith.
God's nails. That's quite something.
First class, welded steel. Ambrose must have broken the sword himself, deliberately. It wouldn't have just happened in battle.
That's exactly what we need. See now, youngster. My clever plan worked out nicely in the end.
Right. Well, thank you very much for your,
okay,
clever plan.
You haven't disappointed me yet, lad. So I'm sure forging an exceptional sword won't be a problem for you either.
Wait, I thought you wanted to do it yourself. I'm just your...
Not at all. I trust you. One day you'll become a master. That is, unless you lose your head first.
Okay. वो डायरेक्ट फोर्ज करने का बोल रहा है. द हर्मिट स्वॉर्ड ये बनानी है ना अपने को. सब कुछ है अपने पास. लेट्स गो. बना रहे अभी अपन ये. होपफुली वो उस दिन की तरह ग्लिच ना हो जाए. वो शिट मेरे को लग रहा है ग्लिच हो गया वही वाला. अरे ये क्या ग्लिच है मेरे इसमें? ये मैंने एफ कर दिया मेरे को लग रहा है. एक तो मेरा ये क्या ग्लिच है जमीन में जा रहा है ये देखो. क्वेंचलेस सी. एक तो वो ग्लिच हो रखा है मेरा पता नहीं क्यों. लेट्स सी. क्या मैंने इसको हगा है या मैंने इसको अच्छे से किया है? लेट्स सी. तो नहीं आई थिंक बना है अच्छा. क्वालिटी 3 की बनी है। Okay.
What would you like?
I forced
Got
us out.
something for you, blacksmith.
God's nails, you weren't bullshitting.
I'd say
Okay.
it looks pretty much like a sword, eh?
Looks like. This is a damned fine piece of steel. Damned fine.
Thanks.
Okay.
I was glad to help, but now there's something I need from you.
I'll pay you, of course. And if you want to do some smithing, I won't throw you out of my forge either.
No, you know full well what I need. I have to get to Samin's wedding.
Why is it so important for you? It'll just be a lot of people stuffing their faces. You can find that anywhere.
I have my reasons, and you don't need to know them.
God's nails, lad. You're full of mysteries. But whatever, that's your business. I don't mind taking you to the wedding.
Okay.
Nothing to it. We can set off once you're ready.
Oh.
I'll have a look
ये
at the
अच्छी बात है।
wares. Christ almighty. What do you want, you yokel? Speak up or get lost.
What do you have for sale?
हैं? मेरा गेम शायद ग्लिच विच हो रखा है शायद, समझ में नहीं आ रहा क्या होता है बीच बीच में। अब कभी भी मैं वेडिंग में जा सकता हूँ अपेरेंटली ना। हाँ कभी भी जा सकता हूँ। उससे पहले तो अभी अपन जाने वाले हैं मठ को ढूंढने, क्योंकि इधर है मठ, और टॉम कैट के पास भी जाना है। मठ के बाद डायरेक्ट टॉम कैट के पास जाएंगे। तो जैसा कि तुम देख रहे हो बैकग्राउंड बदल चुका है, मैं एंड करना भूल गया था, इसके लिए यहीं तक ये वीडियो रहेगा। और जैसा कि मैंने बोला मठ को लेने जा रहे हैं अपन, ज़रूर जाएंगे मठ को लेने, लेकिन आज के लिए इतना ही। यहाँ जो आ रहा है आइकन, इस पर क्लिक करके सब्सक्राइब कर दो। यहाँ किंगडम कम की पूरी सीरीज़ की प्लेलिस्ट आ रही है, इसको क्लिक करके पूरी सीरीज़ चेकआउट करना भूलना नहीं। थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग, बाय बाय।